let's see, Swamp Sessions, the first one that happened was just me out here. I was sitting actually right here in a stool singing that way. And that was in, when was that? 2008. And that was just me making a record. That took about 6 hours, and we just printed it. And then I was like, wait a minute, I think there's something to do out here. And so I got a bunch of artists together, and that was 2 Februaries ago, and we came out here. It was Doug Jones from Craven Melon, Joel Hamilton from Working Title, Carrie Ann Hurst from Shovels and Rope, Brandon Gallagher, the drummer from Fireworks Show, which is my band, and probably a couple other people straggled in and out. I'd have to think about who was out here, but we just started picking songs around the fire outside, and Nat Monday, our sound engineer, Nat Monday, our sound engineer, was inside setting up gear, and then we just came in here and did it. And after that one, 6 more happened. And actually there was one that happened before that, which was a test drive, but none of those songs made it to the record, but all of those artists are going to be revisited with better. They were the guinea pigs, so we did a guinea pig session, and then there were 6 after that. And the guinea pigs are coming back. They get to be on Swamp Sessions too, because they get the primest placement. Swamp Sessions is, I take 4 songwriters of varying, like from different genres of music that may not necessarily know each other or ever play to each other in the music business. So I'll take, let's give an example. An example of the crazy people I've put together. Doug Jones from Craven Melon, a man from Greenville, South Carolina, and then Carrie Ann Hurst, a songwriter from Charleston, from different genres of music, and I try to find the songwriters by their heart. I don't find the songwriters from what kind of music they play, what record label they're on, because I really don't care. What I try to find is people that I think spirits would make interesting music together, because out here in the swamp we don't have business cards, record labels, we don't have Wi-Fi. We have some awesome microphones, a real smart recording engineer, and 48 hours to write songs. Some people bring songs in that they already have written. Other people write songs with people that they've never met before. Interesting point in case, Thomas Champagne, Austin, Texas songwriter. Sounds like Americana and reggae mixed together. Meets with Philip Lammons and Edwin McCain. Can you imagine what kind of music came out of that situation? Those are the kind of things that have been happening in the swamp over the past almost 2 years now. We've not gone public with the record yet, but I will serve no record or wine before it's time. And I'm enjoying mostly that Swamp Sessions is a place for artists to come and have an artistic experience that is about art and not about business. The only business side of Swamp Sessions is that I would like to have enough funding to take all these artists on this record, which is essentially my lo-fi digital compilation record. And, well, it's not mine, it's everybody's. So I'd like to take this conglomeration of people under this heading of lo-fi digital, and have enough funding available to utilize parts of the industry that I think are valuable, and such as having a really good publicist, having a nice boutique radio promoter, getting the Swamp Sessions artists to come to some festivals. Some of them might not be able to go to some of these events and don't have the same opportunities as some of the larger artists on Swamp Sessions. So it's building relationships of people of all ages and all types of success artistically, with artistic and art being the focus, and introducing that to what is current industry, and probably creating more industry in the sense of we're going to figure out who wants to hear artists doing exactly what they want to do in nature. And that brings me to the next part of Swamp Sessions. We're in the Francis Marion National Forest recording on solar power in a swamp house on the Echaw Creek. And that means that the artists are coming into a place where there's no cell phones, no Wi-Fi, There's a compostable toilet, and we hang around and check each other out, and things get written and stories get told, and people talk about their dogs and their babies and what they want to be when they grow up, or what they've already been. And art gets made, and it's kind of a place where a lot of artists have come to be refreshed from their lives and what they've already done. So it's kind of a healing place for some artists, and it's also a place of new discovery in an environment that's really safe and also completely wild at the same time. So that's Swamp Sessions right now. And we cook a lot of good food on an indirect heat grill with Tupelo wood that we find on the ground and do not cut down. And that would be Mr. Eddie White, who's the owner of the Swamp House and the proprietor of a place called Allendale Green, and that's our affiliate. So that's kind of in a nutshell what we're doing. Yeah. The future for the Swamp House. Well, Swamp Sessions is definitely a good project for the Swamp House. And we like the way it sounds out here. It's a little different. It's very lo-fi in some ways because there's not a lot of enclosed spaces. Well, it just doesn't sound like a regular studio. And sometimes that's good, sometimes that's not. But I think the Swamp House offers more than just a place to record quality recording with good gear. It's a place where artists can live and stay in a remote place where there's just no one else around here. And actually nature itself has been incorporated into the Swamp Session. Sometimes we'll point amps out the door or mic something up down by the creek, and the sounds that nature calls back from that original thing, like you got an amplifier shooting its tone out into the swamp. Sometimes the sounds that come back off of that, the echoes, are really interesting. So it's interesting because you're writing. I've begun to produce some things in the Swamp Sessions with more dimensions, shall we say? Because if you learn how the echoes are echoing and you know how the drummer's playing, it adds a whole new multi-dimensional element to time itself, which is really fun. It can really get disastrous too, which is also very fun because don't really care about failure, not interested in it. It's just another way to move through what's happening in the world. And let's see, so Swamp Sessions, the Swamp House will probably become a wonderful place for people to bring their band and do things their own way. That's what I feel like this project's main focus is. It's just to expose artists to each other so they can be challenged and have an experience, but also what I need to do and to take it further as the humble producer. I produce art. That means that I bring people chicken, talk about lyrics, and stay the hell out of the way. So that's how I roll. What I can stay in the way about is taking this product to people that I think will love it and support it and further it. So we may find a publicist who's awesome. It has to be someone who likes it. We may find 5 people in Florida who know so many people in their communities that they give it to everybody. I don't know how this is going to happen just yet. I don't have to know. I just know that it will, because it's already out there. It's already part of at least my dynamic, and I know the artists that are coming here too. That's just the dynamic. It's a music faith issue.
You put yourself of everyone out there with an art world. Mm-hmm.